lies,
Our
shenanigans.
hosts bring you hot topics they want to share. We'll ask, is it truth, lies, or shenanigans? Our panel will talk about it for a bit until time is up. And then our audience, we'll go to our audience questions and comments. So make sure you're talking to us online. We are listening. And today we are starting out with Rob B. Rob B, you found out that the LAPD is sending out some Speedy Valentines. Is this truth, lies, or shenanigans?
This is truth and shenanigans. I really wish it was a lie, some kind of hoax. But yeah, like you said, Neil, so Valentine's Day, the LAPD has launched an investigation, an internal investigation, after officers were reported to have shared a Valentine's Day image of George Floyd with the caption that read, "You take my breath away." So the LAPD is looking into whether the image was created by a fellow employee or if it was brought in externally. They tweeted about it that at this point, the department hasn't identified any actual postings in the workplace or identified that it was in fact one of their members. Um, and their police chief, I'm not too sure if it's Michelle Moore or Mitchell Moore, it's the French in me. He told the LA Times that an officer had filed a complaint about the image when they received it, and they were to be interviewed just this Monday, February 15th. In a statement to reporters, Police Chief Moore also said that our investigation is to determine the accuracy of the allegations while also reinforcing our zero tolerance for anything with racist views. End quote. So if the allegations are substantiated, Moore also added that people will find his wrath. Very lovely sentiment, but this is also the same man that earlier this summer said that George Floyd's death was on the looters' hands just as much as the officers. So yeah,
Yeah,
right. This is the same
same
guy.
guy.
So I'm absolutely, and that's it. Like to me, it's just mind-boggling that someone would take the time to create something so tasteless. Like I gut reacted when I read this one, and I'm coming to you and looking for your reaction and your comments on this because this is just.
Well, Lizzie,
Mm.
you sound like you have some reactions.
Honestly, I really don't have much to say. That's how disgusted I am. Like, what kind of animal, what kind of vagina did you come out of that would make you create something like that? Like, we're talking about not even if you are a racist, we're talking about someone who nationally, internationally, we saw die in front of our eyes. What is there to mock about that? Where is the laughter? Where is the joy in that? And who was your intended audience? Who are those people? Like where did it come from and where did it go? Because obviously it went to one person that it wasn't intended for, perhaps. And that's the
Mhm.
person who spoke up. But who are those other people that got it and didn't say anything? That's what I want to know because birds of a feather, races of a feather flock together.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'm very disappointed in it because as much as we try to as best we can say not all of the apples in the bunch are bad, not all police officers are bad, but we're
No.
constantly having to defend. Like, come on, guys, this is and if you share these sentiments, if you believe that, then it's locker room talk. It's nothing that you put on paper. It's nothing that you were stupid enough to leave a trail. You whisper it to your boy in the locker room as racists are wont to do, and you keep it moving. But now it's one of those things where I'm just like, God, like, how are we ever going to get away from this?
It's
How
hard
are
to
we
be
ever going to?
angry anymore. It's like it's
That's
really
what I
hard.
said. I barely like I looked at Rob's topic and I read the story, shook my head and was like, yeah,
I
there's
mean,
another one
I
and
think
another one.
with
Same.
the advent of Trump, with Trump bringing all of this to light and pandering to these type of people, it brought him out into the light. So um, now, fortunately, they're still reporting on things like this that are happening. They've been happening all the time. This is what the police do. I mean, they probably this is one of the few times we've heard about it. So it's just hard to be angry anymore. It's just hard. I mean, fortunately, Trump is out. We can start to, like I say, they can start slithering a little bit back into the shadows a bit. I mean, obviously, some people are just going to be out in the open. They're just going to be racist, open racist. But at least now they can start to slither. Some of this stuff will decrease. It won't go away. It's going to be around forever because not forever, but at least in our
Mhm.
lifetimes, I don't think it's going anywhere. Uh,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
agree.
just hard to be angry anymore. I'm just so happy. I think I'd been angry if Trump were still around. So at this point, I'm just like let's just kind of just deal with it, move on from these people, go back into your little. I mean, I do want us to stay aware, though. I do want us to stay aware of these things so we can address them. And I do want us to
Yeah.
still, you know, attack them, cancel people, whatever we got to do. Still want to do that, but at the same time, it's hard to be angry
The,
anymore.
the sad thing about staying aware is that George Floyd's family is also aware.
Mm,
Like
Yeah.
they're also seeing this and consuming this and having to relive what happened and face the reality that this is how certain segments of America view my loved one.
mm-hmm.
And it's sad. It's just sad.
Yanni,
It's
Yanni Storm.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have some of the same feelings that you guys did when I saw Rob post that article. I I kind of even with it, I did barely wrote any notes because I didn't. I was like, what do you say? Because it's more so something I feel like I have more questions about. Um, and it felt like the article wasn't specific. Obviously, they're still investigating it, but I feel like I don't know, come with the answers, like come with the results, like come with more evidence and as to who and why. But I know that there were two Instagram accounts that they were like investigating. One was Blue Line Mafia. So I think that my
Blue
thoughts
Line.
overall on the subject, yeah, Blue Life Mafia. Sorry,
No, that
Blue
still
Life
like
Mafia.
yeah, even with that.
Still weird. Yeah, I think that I don't know. I'm not gonna say I can't believe something like this is happening, but it's just this. I don't know. How do you find humor in that? It's just disgusting.
Hi,
I don't
Robbie.
know.
Mhm. I agree with all of your points, and it really at this point, I I'm tired of the culture of protection that exists in the priesthood, that exists in law enforcement. When they find these people who were involved in disseminating this information and sharing this information, I think the days of suspension with pay are behind us. If you're in a position of authority and you embrace this ideology, you do not belong in a position of authority or power. You should be stripped of your rank and just a lifetime ban on law enforcement. Hey, sorry, you don't get to be a bully with a badge anymore. You can be a bully if you want, but you're not going to hide behind a shield and you're going to have to face some real world consequences. When you
Hmm.
start facing real world consequences for your actions, you take note, others take note. There's an opportunity to learn. And like I said, I'd like you, I wasn't, I was initially mad, but immediately went to just dismay that I can't believe that it's happening. I can believe it, but I can't believe that this is happening.
Jacqueline Robinson says, "I'm so tired of hearing this. This isn't who we are, an outright lie."
Who else
Jose
is it? Then? Who else is it? If it ain't who we are, who else is it?
Jose says, "I had to read the post over and over because I could not believe someone came up with this site.
Right? Who comes up with that?
It's disbelief over anger now, reprehensible." Uh,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, Jacqueline Robb says we have to remember that a few law enforcement officers participated in the insurrection. The Southern
Yeah.
Poverty Law Center warned us years ago that white nationalists were infiltrating police departments. Well, and that's the thing. I think they've been in police part. They haven't infiltrated. They are and always have been in police departments. Matter of fact, I think they seek out those types of jobs. Because police officers are, I think, the number three or so job for psychopaths. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, psychopath is the number 3 job for psychopath. So it's not unexpected that it would be a top job for racists and murderers and people that are just don't give a damn. So you were
That's
about to say
very
something, Rob?
interesting.
No. This was some good discussion, and I definitely appreciate your comments on this one.
Yep. All right.
Thanks for the topic.
Let's get to the next one. All right, Gianni.